All right. So, can you tell everybody who you are and where you're from?
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Casey, Queen Heathen. I'm from Houston, Texas, the east side to be exact.
Okay. So, what is it like being from Houston?
Being from Houston, there's a lot of culture in Houston. It's a lot of swingers, a lot of screw music. Uh, it's a lot of screw music, a lot of swingers, a lot of block parties. Houston is cool. I love Houston.
Okay. Now, you brought out screw, and I was definitely going to ask that question. So,
hmm
do you use any screw with your music, or
I love screw music. My last project, I'm So Houston Part Two, it have I have a whole project out that's screwed. Shout out to DJ 4500. He took the whole tape because it's based on Houston music. I went and took all the classic songs and I did my little she mix on them. And he took all those songs that I did and he screwed all of them, chopped and screwed. So shout out to DJ 4500. Yeah, so it's like a cultural thing.
okay, okay. Now, I know recently they put out there a guy that started something called Slowed and Reverb, and
Oh,
it's
what?
basically screwed music, but they switched the name,
Yeah.
and they actually gave him credit for that new sound. So, being from Houston, where Screw originated, what's your thoughts on that?
On them taking the sound. Well, I know people that's not in Houston love Houston. They love Houston culture. But I guess if you're going to take it and switch it up, I don't know. I guess we'll have to talk to that person and see what his inspirations were. We got to ask him that, like, they took, I don't know, we're just so used to people borrowing from our culture. It's just like, whatever, or what's next, or like, we just, that's why it stays true though in the city. Like you get the same stuff, the legendary stuff. But you can expect pretty much for people to pinch off or bite off of it. It's expected with anything that's great.
Yeah, true, true. Now let's talk about you. How long have you been in the industry?
Like active in the industry, I've been active about the past 7 years as far as pushing myself
Mhm.
and like recording professionally or with my version of professional. But like I've been doing music my whole life.
Okay. So how many projects have you put out so far?
I'm on my third project with the fifth one done. Is I have two more that are done. We're just trying to see. I'm just trying to structure them how I want. I'm trying to categorize all the songs, see how I want to host the tape. Basically, it's just about structure with me. I like for stuff to fall into a certain category, then put a name on it, then drop
Okay. Now, right now, women are taking over the industry right now.
it. Mm-hmm.
So, what do you feel that you're bringing to the industry that can help add to that?
Well, I'm just bringing myself. Um, every time I perform, I always say I'm doing it for the ladies because being a woman in this industry is a fight all in itself. Like it's the fight for just trying to become a rapper and an established artist in the game. But then when you add female on top of it, black female, you know what I'm saying? It's all these different struggles. So being able to do that, I feel I don't know, it made me feel good. It made me feel great. It's like empowered, especially when especially starting from the bottom. When you start from the bottom and you build up, like it's just all worth it. So I just make sure I always say I'm doing it for the ladies because we get they turn their nose up at us. They try to put us to the back, and they try to it's a male dominated industry. So when you a female coming up out of something like that and you start blossoming, blossoming is a beautiful thing. So just stay beautiful, stay positive, keep moving.
Okay. Now, you're more than just an artist. So, what else do you have going on?
I have my own merch. I make I make clothes. We have all kind of fresh gear. I make Stoney kits. I have Stoney kits available for those of y'all that are familiar with my song. Stone like Stoney, Stoney out everywhere, all platforms. But other than that, I have a podcast with Lady Nate. We review music.
Okay. So you brought up the Stoney. What's the
hmm
what's the what's the concept behind Stoney?
Yeah, I kid you not. It was very, very simple. It was up in the middle of the night, literally in that zone, in the stoner zone. I was getting stoned at 3 o'clock in the morning, by myself. Just totally just zoned out going through YouTube beats, and I just happened to come across this beat because I was told, I was working with a lot of producers, and it was like, you don't just have to wait. You can go on YouTube. So one night I was just on YouTube. Actually, one of my first times getting a YouTube beat that wasn't a track. A jack track. Like that wasn't somebody else's beat. So I get on there, and it just happened to be the name of the beat was Stoney. And I'm listening to the beat. I'm like, man, this is hard. I was smoking my little weed. Next thing you know, I'm stoned like Stoney. Then I'm stoned like Stoney, stoned like Stoney. It was just stuck. So, I have my own studio. I pulled my microphone up. I recorded it and I punched myself in, played it back. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. I was just planning on dropping it for something for 420. I had no idea it was going to turn into the 2020 Smokers Anthem.
Okay.
When I made it.
So what have you been doing over 2020 that to keep pushing yourself forward?
Well, quarantine has definitely bossed me up. It's definitely made me like take everything I have and like turn it up a notch. Like my social media presence is growing. My internet presence, just period, is growing. But quarantine has led to, like I say, our show ended up being a worldwide show. So we review artists' music from all over the world. We bring them in, interview them. It's really dope. It's really dope to be able to, have constructive criticism, conversations with other people in the game, and like be able to give them game and tell them, well, I've been there before. You could really, if a DJ tell it's not the end of the world. Basically, don't you can still fix that and keep it moving. So being able to do that, I don't know. I feel like it's my own little just do. So it made me feel good. I don't know. 2020 just been one of those years that's it just tests you. So it's like either you gonna fold or you gonna blossom. So I just been focusing on blossoming. When stuff go wrong, I try to just let it go wrong. Shoot, because all the stuff that go right, I focus on that. So
okay.
Yeah.
Now, the industry always has a lot of obstacles to get over.
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the personal ones that you had that once you got over and you was like, okay, now I got this?
I think it's putting yourself out there or jumping out there for the first time. Because the first time I jumped out there, I didn't know anything. Like, I didn't have anybody over me telling me, like, hey, like, when you approach a DJ, you do it this way. Even when you present a song, I had songs that weren't mixed and mastered. Like, when I tell you I jumped out there with no knowledge, it was no knowledge. I literally recorded with a microphone in an open room. That was pretty much all we had. I took that to a DJ, my first DJ. I can't believe I even tried it, but I tried it at one of the biggest clubs in Houston on one of the most popping nights. I went up there. I had my phone. I got embarrassed so bad, but I had my phone. I was like, yeah, play this on your aux cord. He was like, what? He was like, what? You want me to play it off your phone? Like, he talked to me so bad. But some people, they'll take that and they'll give up. What you do is you take it and you turn it into, okay, maybe he knows more about this. Like, that's why I'm always a student. I'm always listening. I'm always learning. I want to know the game. I'm somebody that understands I don't know everything. So I feel like if you understand that, then you pretty much get far. Like, you don't know everything. You have to be a student.
Okay. Now, going into your music, what is the one thing that you use for inspiration in creating songs?
It just depends on whatever's going on in that moment, honestly, because I could catch a vibe in the club. I could literally catch a vibe in the club. It could be like a club vibe, or I could be going through something. It really just depends on what's going on in my life at that present time. Like, I like to write about everything. I love being versatile. I don't want to just be in one lane or, categorized as just this. So it's with me, I say it's whatever mood that I'm in.
Okay. Now, what's the name of the last project you had?
I'm so Houston.
Of course, you're from Houston.
Mm-hmm.
How have people been gravitating to it?
They've been loving it. But I have the sequel to it, I'm So Houston Part 2. So they like go hand in hand. It's basically the same project though, because I did the same things where I took legendary Houston tracks and like I say, I put my own spin on them. Then I shot videos, and my videos is what catch the people.
Okay.
It's been catching a lot of attention.
So going into 2021, what can we expect from you?
2021, y'all can definitely expect to see me. I'm gonna drop these new projects. Um, y'all can expect more merchandise. Y'all can expect more interviews. Y'all can expect to see me. Yeah, y'all can just pretty much get used to me because I ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna be here. Y'all can experience my growth because I plan on keep growing.
Okay. Well, we definitely appreciate you taking time out to come sit down with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Now, give everybody your social media information.
My name is Casey. Y'all can follow me on Instagram at Kristen Sheree. That's KristenCherei. It's the same on YouTube, the same on Facebook. Y'all pretty much just Google Kristen Sheree and I'm gonna pop up.
And where can I get the Stoney Apparel?
Oh, y'all hit me up in the DM. Website coming soon.